So hello friend, welcome back to channel. In earlier video we have discussed about ifconfig and other command where we able to see IP address and MAC address. So as it's showing on my screen, ENP0S8 is having this IP and this is the MAC address, and this one is a IPv6 assigned to this server. Okay, so today we'll discuss about IP address as well as the MAC address. So why we require two address? Because if IP address is there, it is easy to identify why we are having a MAC address, or if it is a MAC address important, why we are having a IP. Okay. So what is MAC address? MAC address, first of all, MAC stands for Media Access Control. Okay. So it's a physical address to your Ethernet device, NIC card. Okay. So it's a physical address which uniquely identify each device on a network. To make communication between two network devices, we require two address, physical address and a IP address, both the thing we require. And it's a globally unique. It means two devices cannot have the same MAC address in a network. And it's a hexadecimal value, as you can see, hexadecimal value is this. And 12 digit, 48 bits long. Okay. It's work on data link layer. So might be you have learned about OSI model. If not, go and Google it. You'll find the OSI model. So there are different layer, and IP and MAC address work on a different layers. So this MAC address works on data layer. Okay. So reason of both MAC address and IP address, uh, as we already had one IP address to communicate to a computer. Okay, why we need MAC address? The answer: every MAC address is assigned to your NIC is unique. Okay, this is help to find your device over a network. So if one switch is getting one package which needs to be transferred to your server or device, without a MAC address, it will not able to send because your system is identified with your MAC address over a network. Both are like work on different layer. The MAC address work on a layer 2 data layer. Okay, this help to identify the device in the broadcast network. Okay, like router and all. And IP address work on a layer 3 which help to identify device on a different networks. So think about this. You have sent a request to google.com. Now that request will fetch the data and it will coming to you. So it has reached to your network. So before reaching to your network, your IP address is helping that. Okay, this is the IP address is coming from that environment. So accordingly, Google will transfer to your router. Till router, Google will able to transfer the information. So using IP address, Google will able to reach to your router. Okay, but what after about the router? After router, your MAC address will work. So your router will able to identify you over a MAC address. And two system should not have same MAC address. It should not be, but if in case like hypothetically, if you are thinking if two devices having the same MAC address, so your router will get confused, like on which address recipient is there and to whom to deliver the package frame or whatever. So now we can conclude we require both IP and a MAC address. IP, so my IP is this. If I'm going to google.com, google.com will identify, okay, this is the subnet of this network. So while replying, they will reach to this subnet. They are not aware about my system IP. That's the uniqueness. If I am not having the public IP on my system, they will not able to identify this. And there's a network address translation, NAT, and all different thing in it that will come to those things. So they are not aware about my IP. So they are aware about my subnet. So they will reach to my subnet, and once they reach to my subnet, that means they have hit my router. Now router will identify my device using my MAC address. Okay, so this is request has sent from this MAC address to my router, and my router have further taken that request to google.com. Now google.com has replied to my router, and my router will see, okay, this is the MAC address which I have requested, so I will transfer this frame to this device. So that's why MAC address is important. Media access control. Okay, so I think that's all. If you are having any other question related to MAC or IP address, put in a comment box. I will try to answer. Till then, keep practicing. If learn about little bit about the OSI model, okay. So you'll identify on which layer what things are working, like data layer, link layer, and network layer. Learn those things. If you have any query, put in a comment box. I will try to answer it. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing. Goodbye.